And hello to all friends, potatoes are with you. And today, we are going to look together with you at an incredibly cool card from a subscriber. Here, he built some very interesting mechanisms in Crite, and he designed the whole thing very beautifully. There are several rooms here, and in each room, there are unique inventions. So let's watch them faster. So, here we appeared in some room. Here, we seem to have a black sky, and also a ray goes up. So, my skin is a bee with a tie and a jacket. Yeah, it's probably for our bees. And by the way, in my opinion, this card was made by a subscriber, and whose name is somehow MC, someone there. In short, who writes a new verse under almost every videosic. There he adds one line, already in my opinion since the summer. In short, in general, a very cool subscriber. So, just potatoes. Let's see what we have written here. So many years later, I realized that I am not only your and Yuxi subscriber, MC Pushkin in your comments, but also an assistant. After all, you and Yuxi have +1 videos on the channel. So, here we still have buttons. Apparently we don't need them yet. Start from right to left. So, from right to left. What? Apparently, after all, it is necessary to start from left to right. Yes, started is written here. If anything, this is the left, and there is the right. Hi, Potato Yuxi. I'm glad to see you. I will make this map for a reason, because in order to make some kind of mechanism, factory, you need to perfectly place all the parts so that the factory is compact. And so let's get down to business. Start from right to left. But still probably from left to right. So, what do we have here? Another book. Well, I wonder what's in there. So this map is built with several compact mechanisms, and one of them is associated with the mod, a Don Crate Craft and Audist. I'm sure this latest building will definitely like it. And also one of them is my prototype business for servers. Whoa, business for servers. But this is something interesting. So, well, we've read everything, and now let's start considering, as I understand it, 1, 2, 3, and 4 buildings. Apparently that's where we have the most interesting and the most difficult. Let's start with the smallest one, probably. Poke the PCM. By the way, here, we immediately have a schematic and a book. We haven't finished reading it yet. We read what is written here. He made a compact truss shorter, with large and small gears. In order to start the production of these gears, you need to throw at the beginning of the mechanical belts. And then everything will go by itself. I do not know what to throw, but we will figure it out in short. That's it. We poke the PCM and teleport. I understand that. Yes. A room for creating probably mechanical gears. By the way, he's very interesting. I made a washing up here, because I had never seen it before. I think there's some kind of flushing going on here. It turns out that this is powered by conventional water wheels, and moreover it is done compactly. So, it probably starts here with crafting. And here we have a download, here is also a download. And there is probably also a download. So well, it's back to back. It means we need to figure out how this scheme works. So, there we have a hand with this board. There's probably a button for economical creation of gears. Apparently you need to throw it here. Honestly, I don't remember what. Probably andesite. Exactly, andesite probably needs to be thrown. Great, we throw one andesite alloy, and what do we get? Come on. So, he's getting rich with us. It turns out very well. The gear is so small, and now it is, as I understand it, yes, it is cut in. And this, by the way, is coolly done. That is, we have it going down in a circle, and until the right moment it is then. So what is she? And apparently, it is still necessary to cut through it. Why don't you want to eject anywhere? Okay, let's try to throw it here then. I wonder what will be on the left. As I understand it, we will have an ordinary gear here, a small one, there is a big one. And yes, we get a blank for a small gear there. And in general, in theory, it should turn out that, since it is pulsed from there, it is pulsed and goes here. But apparently it has not been cut to the end yet. I'm still wondering why we didn't succeed here. But how is it pulsed? Again, it does not eject. But here we have the maximum charge. I wonder why. It's not the final product. Or maybe there is some other way to act. Anyway, I get it. The idea is cool, but something doesn't work for me. I don't know. Whoa. Let's move on. So, the next farm. We take a little book and read it. I once tried to make an infinitely furnace engine. After a lot of suffering, I finally made this creation, and I want to share with you this first invention of mine. And this is my way with us. And by the way, it's interesting he did. Remember, I did such an endless farm of energy in general, only there we had such a twister, and here it was made in a trolley. That is, it goes back and forth with the help of such controlling rails. And here she goes like this, chopping down the trees that grow here. By the way, it seems to me even much cheaper and more efficient. And then it all goes, where does it go? It goes over here into an adjustable drawer. Interesting. And also goes here. And apparently some garbage is coming here, and then it just drops most likely into the lava. Okay, good. Here we have an adjustable box. Then the whole thing is dropped out of it, for overcooking, then coal will become. This coal we have, enters another adjustable box. Then from this adjustable box, as I understand it, it goes somewhere into the stove. Look here, the path goes here. Then it goes here, as I understand it, and goes into the oven. Yes, but it's interesting that. But here we have. Wait, and what do we have there from above? I do not understand comes. And where does the iron ore come from? This is a very interesting question, because it is not mined here. That is, apparently he wants us to throw it here somehow. But this is not an endless factory turns out. But there is still some mechanism here. I somehow don't quite understand what it is. Let's figure it out in short. Here we have a delay of 20 ticks. Then it all goes here, to the wireless, and where does it go? Goes over here. That is, as I understand it, we are starting to give the tree this adjustable box here, so that there is no overabundance. Then everything goes here to charcoal. And by the way, where are we doing our best? I understand what he came up with. Wow, that's brilliant. In short, there were no Adons back then, and look what he did. That is, once every 20 seconds, even once every 40. The cycle changes in short, goes there into the furnace. Iron ore activates this smelter, that is a coal, and then it gets back. And so it changes direction. Look here, that is, we have iron ore from there again, and everything has been activated for us. It's just brilliant, by the way, and there will never be any overabundance. If you don't have a donut on what it's called, well, not a melting stove, in short, a stove that works only from coal, and doesn't require anything else. You can actually do such a thing, and it's just brilliant. Even I couldn't think of such a thing. Well, let's look further. The third mechanism, the penultimate one, and the last one will be some kind of tin. Well, we read a little book, a book and a pen, and welcome to my cafe. Yeah. Honey and chocolate is called. I built a prototype of my business for servers, for a lot of advantages for the server and myself. Interestingly written, and the first is to be useful, the second is to be friendly. The third is to be the best friend and interlocutor for many. I'm very interested in what it is. It seems to me that we can implement such a thing on the server. Here we have a cafe. Great. Mall. By the way, McDonald's will close soon if it hasn't closed yet. In short, we have some kind of McDonald's here. Honey, yes, in everything. Honey, yes, chocolate. Great. Here we have clients in the form of bats. Most likely, he didn't even think about it. Well, in short, we come here. We have nothing here, on our left, so, and on the left, we have, as I understand it, mixing probably the whole thing. Whoa. And here we have a cow. Milk is extracted from it, as I understand it, milk goes here. For some reason, nothing is active here. Apparently there is a compression into chocolate or something. In short, there is a overcooking of something. Then here we have a warehouse. So this is a honey cake, wow, sweet roll. So, I hear we have bees there. Apparently, honey is extracted from bees in some way. Well, let's even take a look. That is, it is pumped out with the help of pipes. And by the way, I didn't know that with the help of pumps, you can pump out honey. He goes, then he goes somewhere. Here he is, by the way, transparent, pretty all over, and eventually goes here to the dispenser. Yeah, we have a bottle here. I understand everything is going well. This is where we get bottles, and they can probably be sold later or used somewhere. There's sugar here. Like sugar here we have. I honestly do not know. It turns out, apparently he just put it here. So, and here we get cocoa beans. Cocoa beans. Oh well, it's just a farm, by the way, quite compact. Whoa. He doesn't bother at all. He uses ordinary trolleys instead of making some. But those here are the skiffs, which in general are winches or whatever they are called there. In short, here everything just works on trolleys, and I think it's very cool. Here the eggs are endless. It could have been automated even more, then it could have been sent somewhere. Here, and he made it so that, like, you get this here, you get this here, and here we get the dough. And the dough, by the way, is interesting. This moment, and we have, yes, of course, a farm on trolleys. So it goes to our overcooking, the seeds are burned. Here, everything goes to crushing, then, it is enriched, as I understand it, with water. Yes, it is mixed with water, and the dough turns out as a result. The dough comes out here. Then we can probably overcook it somewhere here. By the way, let's try to throw it here. It seems to me that here we have fans blowing at the same speed, and therefore yes. See how? That is, the atom does not go anywhere, and is simply overcooked here quickly into bread. Listen, it's very cool. It's real. Listen, it's very, very cool. I like it. Well, we have reached the last building. If now we had a very interesting mechanism in the form of a cafe, then I do not know what now. We take a book and read it. So, I present to your attention a fairly powerful engine powered by furnace burners. So again, he writes very interestingly. In short, we teleport there. And yes, along the way, we have something very industrial here. In principle, I like this, and even such things can be done safely on servers. So it's probably necessary here. Yeah. Well then, probably well, are you ready to see what's out there? So, birch hatches. Interesting. If so, you can open one of these hatches. Open and, so what does that mean? It means that here, we have a huge potential. I remember that the red icon means that there is too much load. But, now the fact is that there is no load at all. It's like there can't be a big one here. Well, that is on the red of this thing. So let's clean the inventory so that nothing gets in the way. In short, we probably won't check the power, because, well, everything is already clear here. Let's take a better look at how it works for us. These are furnace burners, furnace engines, flywheels. This whole thing is connected with the help of chain drives in the housing, reversible mechanisms, and in short, everything works perfectly. This is all delivered in an interesting way, by the way, with the help of hands. So, and our hands, as I understand it, reach even here, probably. From above, we have the glory to throw out probably garbage, which we also get here with the help of wood, and such a trolley mining machine. So great. Then we have here, as I understand it, the wood goes to be melted down, and coal is also stored here, which is obtained. Do we also unload coal here, which goes where? And he's going the other way. In other words, nothing is being extracted from this side, only mining is going on from this side, and there is enough of everything. Look, this is real. In short, it is possible to make such a nuclear reactor, very eco-friendly somewhere on the server. So well, we continue to look shorter. Here we are loading these. From the other side, the delivery to the chests is waiting for us. By the way, we can probably expand here. Then it is unloaded here, and these hands take and load the whole thing into the burners. Well, basically everything. It connects properly, and a lot of energy is obtained. I would like to check how much energy there is now, but honestly I don't know how. Then we can load so many of these here. And by the way, for sure, we can probably take this one, accelerators first, and then power up a lot of mechanical crafters. Let's do it now. So, well, this is already such a huge wall, and what do we have there for stress? Our stress is still in a very, very favorable zone. I don't even remember what gives a lot of stress, but let's put even more crafters. I hope it doesn't give enough stress to. Estimate here, even we have 256 speed, that is, like you can make even less speed and put even more. And even now, at 256, we simply do not have enough of these blocks to load this entire structure properly. In short, I have already put up just a huge barricade. I do not know the type of much more. It's very simple. I can't even imagine if there are any additions, even some private ones, so that something is being crafted on such huge things. But here, we haven't even reached half of it yet. Well, there was a potato with you,